And if you want to be completely goddamn disappointed, sure, yeah. If you like disappointment, absolutely. And monotony. Yeah, join.
Anyway, hi again.
Yeah, Smile Direct just went bankrupt and they're closing their business.
I personally think that these topics that I'm going to be covering today are very much related, and the way that they're related to each other is very interesting to me. The Veneer Epidemic, the Smile Direct Club bankruptcy and complete shutdown, and teeth as a part of aesthetics in history in general. And I don't want to be giving you a history lesson on teeth today, okay? I'm gonna mention a couple of things because they matter for the for context in general, but this is not a history lesson, okay? We're not gonna be talking about the same shit over and over and over again, okay? Because there's no point in doing that. There's so much information available already. There's like no point, genuinely. I saw a bunch of videos on TikTok of people talking about Smile Direct, and I'm sure you've heard of them before. I'm sure you know a couple of people who have used their service, in quotations, their product, and it is such a monumental scam that it is hard to even fathom that it is a real situation that happened, because it's genuinely kind of crazy. Smile Direct is a company that provides aligners for people, specifically to straighten the teeth. It's kind of like Invisalign, except you do not get proper supervision from a doctor, from either a dentist or an orthodontist, considerably cheaper than the alternatives. So that is mostly why they were even able to get so many people on board. Most of the time, people are not really ready to risk anything when it comes to health, which is a smart decision, obviously. But people don't like to get cheaper options if there is no proper protocol put in place, right? However, Smile Direct Club has put a lot of money into marketing, and we've all heard of them. It is kind of shocking, but Smile Direct Club decided to, what they're calling it, to wind down its global operations, effective immediately. Just the fact that those fuckers used the phrase wind down global operations while the customer care support is not available anymore is genuinely nuts. Like, I'm sorry, what do you think wind down means? This is genuinely just what their website says right now, right? One of the sentences is, "For existing customers, we apologize for the inconvenience, but customer care support is no longer available." But wait for it. There's a list of FAQ, right? The first one being, "I placed an order for Smile Direct Club aligners, but have not yet received my aligners. What should I do?" The response from them is, "Unfortunately, aligner treatment is no longer available through the Smile Direct Club platform. All orders that have not yet shipped have been canceled at this time, and you will not receive your aligners." You're probably thinking about refunds at this point, right? Well, we'll get there. One sec. It gets worse. It just keeps on getting worse. It's fantastic. I'm on the Smile Pay plan, which is their way of paying in increments, right? Do I need to keep paying for my aligners? Smile Pay customers are expected to continue to make all monthly payments until payment has been made in full per the terms of our Smile Pay program. Is the lifetime guarantee still in place? No. Effective immediately, the lifetime smile guarantee no longer exists. Only tech bro fuckers who created this company with like 2 brain cells and a bunch of investments could think that it's normal to say that they're providing lifetime guarantee when they wouldn't be able to provide lifetime guarantee. You have to just don't advertise things you cannot provide. It just doesn't fucking make any sense. And the last question about the refunds, which is the fun part, right? How do I ask for a refund? There will be more information to come once the bankruptcy process determines next steps and additional measures customers can take. Now, you might think, okay, so they're going through the bankruptcy, there's going to be some things moved around, and we all know about the restructuring that usually happens. It is pretty normal for the company to be selling their assets, to be selling a bunch of things that they own to cover their debts. The problem with Smile Direct Club is that they are $900 million in debt. Yeah, you heard that right. How fuck knows, honestly. Like, it's genuinely, this is the reason why whenever people are like, well, CEOs take on such a risk, such a responsibility. What are you talking about if the CEO and the people who have been at the helm of this company have made money off of this in the very beginning, like into their personal assets, you know, like their personal little money purses were getting bigger, but the company, $900 million in debt, almost $1 billion in debt. This is the company that definitely is not worth that much. There's no fucking way in hell when everything gets sold that anyone is going to get anything in terms of refunds, because that's how it works. There's going to be a company that restructures everything, who tries to consolidate everything, tries to figure out how to pay the debts. Just realistically speaking, people who have invested into them are probably, and by invested I mean like the customers, are not going to get refunds. That's my expectation. I'm not going to tell you that this is like 100%, obviously, because this is all dependent on the way that it's going to be handled, but this is just my prediction. And if that is the case, then it would be the largest case of patient and customer abandonment in the US history, which is crazy because US already, like the United States, do not have enough legislation put in place to control companies and those goddamn idiots running around with their stocks trying to sell stupid shit to people. Because the thing is, there's also this whole issue with how you could lose your fucking teeth because of like the way that they're moved with the technology that they're using, because their technology is quite outdated, and if you don't have physical check-ins, it's kind of a bad thing. So the problem right now is that no one can really predict how it's going to turn out, because a lot of people are going to have to sue. There's going to be a lot of lawsuits, undoubtedly. All of the people who have invested into this company, someone tried to figure out what's going to happen with their stocks and stuff like that. They're just going to be liquidated. You're just losing your money straight up. This whole thing, see, this is the reason why I just have so many issues with the way our world is ran, is because technically speaking, all of this is such tomfoolery, such clown behavior. From the very beginning, all companies like this that get a bunch of investments that technically provide a service in quotations, but in reality is just a very greedy company, just like all other companies, because there's no fucking way to compete with anybody nowadays without being a greedy little fuck. You can have your own like small business running in a way that you want it to, but even then it's like, it's obviously a difficult thing to do. The reason why I really hate companies, tech companies, being in any shape or form involved in medicine or in healthcare, and it's a fucking problem. It's a problem because people in tech, even though they do take ethics courses, it's not fucking working. It's not working because from the moment people are born, we are encouraging them to think like a scammer. And at the same time, we give awards to people who are the best scammer in their industry. We praise people who are the best at literally just fucking people over in whichever industry they operate in. It's crazy. It's crazy what we are doing with our society in general, because we are promoting this type of behavior. We're making it profitable to be assholes. And the funniest thing is when those assholes think that they are inventors because they have decided to do something shitty first, which is like, you did not think of it first. It's just most people thought about it and were like, that's so shit to do that I'm not gonna do it. It's not like you actually came up with anything new. I don't know how many times I'm gonna have to say it on this channel, but if you came up with something to do and it's a shitty thing to do and you think you came up with something new, I guarantee that this thought has occurred to people for thousands of years and they just decided not to be dicks. The dumbest bitches in this world think that they are inventors. The dumbest bitches in this world think that they are doing something. It's crazy. Smile Direct Club, like how did they even manage to have so many people subscribe to them or become a patient, a customer, with them? It all comes down to the fact that we are making a lot of cosmetic procedures way too not available, but way too expected. The straight teeth in America are so expected to the point where if you don't have straight teeth, it's like a problem that people consistently fucking talk about. As someone who is, European, to me, it's insufferable, and it's also creepy. Because the amount of people who just get veneers for no fucking reason is so astronomical at this point that it's fucking crazy. I mean, it's a disease that has spread all around the globe. This is not something that is just North American, at least not anymore. And it's not something that just celebrities do. And also, that's the reason why so many celebrities are not hot. It's because they are just so plastic at this point that it's just not like attractive. You don't have charisma, you don't have character, you don't have a background, because everyone comes from money or nepotism. Like, your background is that your parents are actors or something. It's like insufferable because you don't relate to anybody who's in the public sphere. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of ridiculous. Thing is, with veneers and with the whole approach to teeth, it is all very much just a symptom of a larger problem. It's not a problem on its own. When people are like, wow, why are you all complaining about veneers all of a sudden? I agree, like, it's kind of sudden, but it's because people just love to pick up on other people's opinions and kind of parrot them. That's just how it is. And I have talked about veneers for ages now. Extremely white teeth, extremely straight teeth. It just makes so much sense for someone who is a television program host, someone who is extremely fake, someone who has to entertain the masses and sending these kids to their deaths while making it a spectacle. Fake ass teeth that are a sign of class. It's not like it's normal to have them when you need them. Like when you genuinely need them, when you have lost teeth and you need it's not really veneers per se, it's more like an implant or whatever, right? But it's okay to do whatever type of dental work you need to do or you want to do. It's not like a big deal. The problem is that it is so widespread to the point where we do not even know what normal healthy teeth are supposed to look like. And it is a problem because more and more people who are 18, 20 are getting veneers, which is what are you fucking doing? You're gonna be on this earth on average until you're maybe 70. So you've got at least 50 years to go, and you've already completely shaved off your fucking teeth to little nubs, speeding up the process of your teeth falling out or getting issues in different types of ways, because it's not just one way that you can get issues with veneers. Just the fact that you can't chew gum or something without it being a problem is already okay, that's just stupid. Why would you do that at such an age? But so many people continuously do it that the average is changing. Average expectation is changing. I have made a video before about plastic surgery and enhancements in general, and if it's bad or good, or what kind of problems can arise from it, right? And one of the biggest problems is actually the economic correlation to the expectations of aesthetics. There is an insane expectation now for what you're supposed to look like, and the salaries do not match that expectation. Just like salaries don't really match anything else. But it used to be that if you were working in a position that was paying a lot more, you would be expected to have a certain look when you are in the office, for example. Nowadays, people are expecting you to have perfect skin and perfect makeup and great clothes and kept up clothes to the point where you would have to be buying new shit every fucking 2 weeks because the quality of clothes is so bad that there's no other way to sustain it. And all of that is expected from someone who's a hostess at a restaurant or something. All of that is expected from people who are making $40,000 Canadian a year. If you are an American, just translate that into American dollars. It's laughable, the amount of money that they're offering, The expectations keep on growing. The expectation of the amount of surgery that you need to have, the amount of the veneers and the clothes and your education. Why someone with a master's degree is getting offered $23 an hour is beyond me. Again, Canadian, so it's a lot lower in US dollars for my US subscribers. This is why I didn't want to make a history lesson on teeth, because I don't give a flying fuck what happened before, because before we used to, people used to blacken their teeth in Japan, for example, and call it ohaguro. Who cares? that's not relevant to me nowadays, and that's not relevant to our issues today. But what is relevant to us is the fact that people like Smile Direct Club can make a fortune because the people who created it made a fortune. The company is bankrupt, and the customers who bought shit from them have been ripped off. But the people who were there in charge of it haven't lost shit. That's why whenever people are like, CEOs are like, they're risking so much, that's why they need to be paid more. When was the last time a CEO, one of those fuckers who actually did not risk anything because they got a small loan for $1 million from their daddy, when was the last time those fuckers actually were risking anything? The expectation, the average keeps growing, keeps like leveling up, but the amount of money that people make, or the amount of like happiness that they get from it, or the quality of anything is consistently dropping. It's absolutely insane, or staying the same. So it's not matching whatever the fuck is going on. This is why this whole situation is so annoying to me, because clearly Smile Direct Club made money because they had a customer out there, a customer who needed a more affordable way to get straight teeth, to get teeth that are more white, because the culture here is absolutely obsessed with it, to the point where if your teeth are not super straight, super white, to the point where you look crazy, like it's uncanny. If you're not at that level, people are starting to act weird. They're starting to like kind of look at you weird. It's also most of the time very subconscious. People don't even think about it in a sense of like how it actually comes to be. People don't even think about money that much, in the sense of like looking at someone being like, oh, that's a poor person, which some people do, but most people don't actually register that as much as they just parrot whatever the fuck they hear, which is so annoying. But when people complain about veneers, I think it's a good thing, because it is discouraging not even normalization, but this obsession with unnatural things. It's the funniest thing ever, because a lot of people who do get veneers and stuff like that, or do get plastic surgery, they look uncanny. We were always, making jokes about people in the Capitol, in Hunger Games, being like, oh my god, how did they think that this fashion is like cool or something? How did Tigress get to this point that she's like literally an animal? I wonder how they ended up doing something so crazy that it's making them look uncanny. I wonder how. The fact that Smile Direct Club are not gonna be in trouble, and I mean like the CEOs and people who were profiting the most from that company, not the employees, because the employees are obviously out of a job. A lot of those people, they're not gonna be in trouble. There's not going to be any type of problem, because there's constant bailout going on for people like that, while everybody who was already in the earning bracket that put them in this situation where they felt like they needed to take this more or less, experimental, or maybe not as supervised service to straighten their teeth, they are the ones who are losing money. They are the ones who are completely abandoned by this company, which means that there's obviously room for lawsuits, but I don't know how profitable those would even be, considering how many protections there are of the interests of owners of companies, and how much of a difference there is between the fact that Smile Direct Club can have a restructuring and paying off debts or whatever with their assets, with the company's assets or whatever, but people, if they refuse to keep on paying for something that they did not even receive from that company, they would get in trouble and would have to deal with debt collectors. We just we got everything backwards, honestly. Like, I just genuinely do not understand how this is fucking possible. I think it's very, very reasonable that we are starting to talk about how unnatural and weird it is that we are doing so many procedures to ourselves to match a certain look. And the thing is, it is something that we need to discourage in terms of expectation rather than on a, individual basis. Because the thing is, a lot of people do fall under that influence because they feel the pressure to fall under it, because they are financially dependent on looking a certain way. They are financially dependent on people perceiving them a certain way. It is absolutely insufferable, and it is like how it is, because we keep acting like this is the norm, I guess. And I'm glad that a lot of people are kind of at least seeing how weird veneers look, that maybe it's going to slow down a little bit. I do feel like there's a lot of pressure to have really good teeth. It is also something that is never included in the basic healthcare that's provided. For example, in Canada, we do have public healthcare, but teeth and your eyes, apparently they're optional. Apparently both of those are optional because they cost so much fucking money to do just general upkeep. It is not covered. It is barely covered even when you do have insurance. For example, you can have insurance and like $150 are covered per 2 years for your eye care. I'm sorry? That's not gonna cover even 3 months supply of fucking contact lenses or 25% of glasses. It's crazy. It's idiotic, it's insane. And the fact that this company got to do all that and is leaving people in a situation where they're either midway through treatment or they have paid for their treatment but they haven't even received any of the trays or anything. The audacity on their website to put, you know what, we are winding down our operations, but like the customer care service, even for customers who were already our customers, it's not available anymore. Huh? What the fuck is that supposed to mean? I swear to God, every day I'm fighting not to just like burst into flames from rage. It is crazy how much idiotic shit is going on every single day, and we're just supposed to be cool with it somehow. Teeth and economic status are very intertwined. It is weird that it is to this extent, and we are making it so inescapable in terms of the societal pressure that people have to be taking deals with shady ass companies that are lying to them that they're doing their due diligence. You can't even know that they're doing something wrong because everything looks okay on the outside. We definitely should be changing something to make it impossible for fuckers like that CEO to be making money off of this shit. And it needs to stop all like full on. We need to stop with all of this veneer bullshit too, because like you're ruining people. You know, I have personal beef with all those dentists and orthodontists or whatever, and all those estheticians who are consistently lying to young people and forcing them, telling them, you know, you definitely need that. It's a preventative Botox. You need it now because otherwise you're gonna have lines. You need it now at 18. You guys are dumbass bitches and I hate you. Because who does that? Who profit is so ahead of anything else, ahead of human decency, ahead of doing your job, ahead of quality of anything? It is so insufferable, because why do I see 12-year-olds with drunk elephant that they're putting on their fucking faces because they are convinced that this is going to somehow prevent them from aging? Why are there so many young girls who are like 18 to 20 years old with so much Botox in their face, preventative Botox in their face, that they look 30 years older? Okay, not 30, but like 10 to 15. I think that the first time I've seen it happen was with Kylie Jenner, when I was baffled when I found out that she is younger than me, because I genuinely, I was like, ooh, what the fuck? But it's all because like she's got an esthetician who is preying on her, who's literally like, yes, girl with a lot of money, girl with a lot of disposable income, let me tell her that she needs Botox, filler, or some other bullshit every 2 fucking weeks. It's crazy because my mom knows a lot about that shit, and she's always like told me that you should never be getting anything done, Botox or whatever, until you're at least 30. okay? And she loves that esthetician bullshit, okay? Like, she really likes it. Even she's like, no, there's literally no reason you need to be doing all that. She, for example, gets a bit of Botox here or there. And then the esthetician here in Canada has the fucking audacity to tell her that she needs to come back within like 3 months or something like that. Girl, 10 years ago, when it wasn't even as good, the whole procedure or whatever, it used to be like at least 6 months. You need to wait at least 6 months. I believe that for some things it was like 2 years or whatever. They're telling you to come back in 3 months. It's insane. They're just trying to make money on you. If you are a young girl, a young woman, for the love of God, try to get it through your head that those bitches are lying sometimes, okay? They're lying to you. Get yourself a mean esthetician who kicks you the fuck out of the building when you're asking for something stupid, okay? Or just get over it entirely. Work on yourself to stop feeling so scared of aging. But I know that this is hard because the thing is, like, your money is affected by this. This is like really easy for me to be like, don't think about it, actually. Don't even like get it through your head. Like, I'm even making fun of my own damn self right now because I know that this is not easy, because the way that we have set up everything, your teeth being straight and white and your face being wrinkle free and other shit like that affects your money. It's crazy. Oh, and with advertisement, you know, like the messaging is so strong when it comes to teeth that, have you seen that fucking advertisement? Every time I see it, I like seethe with rage, okay? This lady who's like, are your teeth wide enough? Let's do the napkin test. And she like picks up a napkin and she holds it up to her mouth or whatever. And she's like, oh, it's not wide enough. And it's like, why the fuck would your teeth be that white? That's the widest white there can be. Why would that ever be that? Why would your teeth be that color? Why would that be normal? Who came up with this bullshit? That's actually, that color of teeth is a sign of very weak teeth that are going to deteriorate really, really quickly. I don't know what to fucking tell you. Also, if you're thinking, Lisa, it's easy for you to say yours are right. They're not. They're normal color, okay? It's just the lighting is making them look lighter. I'm so pissy today. But you know, this is what it is. I feel like we're all pissed at this point. I feel like this is something that is reciprocated with the masses. I feel like I'm not being negative. I'm just telling you how it is. I'm sick and tired of people consistently saying just absolute bullshit 24/7. Anyway, fuck Smile Club Direct or Smile Direct Club, whatever the fuck it is. Fuck all of those dumbass Silicon Valley bitches. Yeah, fuck them all. Well, someone has to say it. Someone has to say it. We've been way too nice. We've been way too nice as just general population. I feel like we're getting owned every fucking day. Okay. I hope you're having a good day. I'll be back with another video. I'm preparing a bunch of things, pop culture moments that we're going to rank, like iconic or super funny or crazy pop culture moments from 2023. We're going to rank them. I've already asked in the community post, but you can let me know if you have some ideas here as well. So we're gonna have fun over there, and I'm not gonna be screaming fuck them, you know, every 2 seconds. Well, maybe I am going to, but it's gonna be like in a fun QA instead of like a, you know. Hope you're having a good day. Bye.